Good morning, everyone. Now let's talk about redox reaction with group 4. Redox reactions describe all chemical reactions in which there is a net change in atomic charge. So, the atomic charge yung nagbabago. It is a class of reactions that include number 1, formation of a compound from its elements. Number 2, all combustion reactions. Number 3, reactions that generate electricity. And number 4, reactions that produce cellular energy. So, ang redox ay may acronym na reduction and oxidation. So, pwede siyang tawagin na reduction-oxidation reactions. Pwede rin naman nating baliktarin which is oxidation-reduction reactions. Ang dalawang ito ay magkasama. Hindi sila pwedeng maghiwalay. Hindi pwedeng mawala yung isa at hindi rin pwedeng isa lang ang gumana. Dapat dalawa sila. Ang oxidation, ang meaning na oxidation is losses of electron. Means, si oxidation, siya yung nawalan ng electron. Siya yung nawawalan ng electron. Si oxidation, siya yung nagbibigay ng electron. Then, ang meaning naman ng reduction, siya naman yung nagigain ng electron. Means, si reduction yung kumukuha at siya yung nabibigyan o binibigyan ng electron galing kay oxidation. Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng isang example. So, imagine natin na meron tayong atom A at atom B. Si atom A, siya yung nawalan at nagbigay ng electron sa ating atom B, which is ay si atom B naman, siya yung nag-gain ng electron. Si atom B, siya yung makikinabang sa binigay na electron ni atom A. So, halimbawa, mayroon tayong element na sodium or Na. Ang ating atom A ay tinatawag na oxidized. At ang oxidized kapag nawalan siya, kapag nag-lose siya ng electron. Si atom B naman ay tinatawag na reduced kapag nag-gain siya or makakakuha siya ng isang electron. What is an oxidizing and reducing agent? Oxidizing agent, a reagent which increases the oxidation number of an element of a given substance. These reagents are called oxidants. Reducing agent, ang meaning doon is a reagent that lowers the oxidation number of a given element. These reagents are also called reductants. So, si oxidized, siya yung kapag nawalan siya at kapag nag-lose siya ng electron. At si reduced naman, siya yung makakakuha ng isang electron. Ibigyan ko kayo ng isang halimbawa. Sa ating atom A ay may element tayo na sodium or Na. Ang oxidation, ang kanyang charge ay positive palagi. So, hindi porket siya yung nawalan ng electron ay ibig sabihin nun negative yung charge niya. So, always positive ang kanyang electron. Kapag nawalan na siya, saka siya dun magkakaroon ng charge na positive. So, doon na siya matatawag na oxidized kapag nawalan siya ng electron or kapag nagbigay or kapag nag-lose siya ng electron. So, ang ating halimbawa para sa ating atom B ay ang chlorine. Si chlorine ay may charge na negative. So, sa reduced, ang kanyang charge ay palaging negative. Ibig sabihin, nakagain na siya or nakakuha na siya ng isang charge or isang electron. Palagi nating tatandaan na once na na-oxidized ang isang element, magiging positive ang charge niya. At kapag naman nag-reduce ang isang element, magiging negative ang kanyang charge. So, by this definition, the reducing agent in the potassium-bromine reaction is potassium, the substance that is oxidized. So, makikita natin sa given na binigay is si potassium ay ang nag-oxidized, meaning siya yung nawalan at nagbigay ng or nag-lose siya ng electron. At si bromine naman, siya yung nag-reduce. Means, siya yung nag-gain ng isang electron. Siya yung nakinabang sa isang electron na binigay sa kanya ni potassium. Now, let's talk about oxidation number, also known as oxidation state. So, ang meaning na oxidation numbers are a system or tools that scientists used in written chemical equation to help them keep track of the movement of electrons in a redox reaction. It is defined as the charge of atom would have if electrons were not shared but were transferred completely. So now let's talk about its rules. So rule number 1, the oxidation number of an atom is 0 in a neutral substance that contains atom of only one element. So let me give you some example. So we have K or potassium, we have H, hydrogen, and we have Ca, which is calcium. So ang oxidation number ng mga ito are equals to 0. So the second rule was the oxidation state of an atom in monatomic ionic form is equal to the charge on the ion. So let me give you some example, guys. So we have here K, which has a positive charge. So ang ating potassium ay may oxidation number na positive 1. So we have here Se na may positive charge na negative 2. So, meron tayong selenium, which is an oxidation number niya is equal to negative 2. So, we also have here Au, which means a gold. Meron siyang positive charge na positive 3. So, ang oxidation ng ating Au or ang ating gold is positive 3. So, next rule is the oxidation number of hydrogen in compounds is positive 1 when bonded to a nonmetal and negative 1 to metal. So, let's look at the example dito sa ating PowerPoint presentation. So, meron tayong hydrogen which is ang kanyang oxidation number is positive 1. Si nitrogen naman is may positive 5 na oxidation number. Then, si oxygen naman is may negative 2 na oxidation number. So, sa kabila naman is meron tayong Na which is sodium, meron tayong positive 1 na oxidation number. Tapos, meron pa tayong isang H which is ang hydrogen na may negative 1 na oxidation number. So, makikita natin na may parehas na hydrogen dito. So, yung unang hydrogen is may positive na oxidation number, which is, kaya siya naging positive, is non-metal siya. Bonded siya with non-metal. So, sa kabila naman is may H tayo, which is may negative 1 na oxidation number. So, kaya siya negative 1 kasi sinasabi rito na ang negative 1 natin na oxidation number is metal. So, ang hydrogen natin dito is metal. So, next is the oxidation number of oxygen in compounds is negative 2 except in peroxides where it is a negative 1. So, look at the example. Sa ating hydrogen, meron tayong positive 1 na oxidation number. Sa ating nitrogen, meron tayong positive 5 na oxidation number. At ang ating oxygen is meron tayong negative 2 na oxidation number. So, sa kabilang side naman is may hydrogen tayo na positive 1, which is oxidation number niya is positive 1. Then, ang ating other oxygen is may negative 1 na oxidation number. So, dito natin siya i-calculate para makita natin kung peroxide where it is a negative 1. So, 2 times 0 over 2 equals negative 2 over 2. So, ika-cancel natin yung parehas na 2. So, equals pa rin niya is negative 2 over 2. So, ipag-divide natin si negative 2 then 2. Then, equals niya is negative 1. So, dito na makikita natin ang peroxides where it is negative 1. So, now, the oxidation number of fluorine in all compounds is negative 1. Other halogens usually have an oxidation number of negative 1 in binary compounds, but can have a variable oxidation number depending on the bonding environment. So, example is, ang ating fluorine is may negative 1 na oxidation number. At ang ating Fe, which is ang ating iron, is merong positive 3 na oxidation number. Then, ang ating chlorine naman, which is ang ating Cl, is may negative 1 na oxidation number. So now, tinatawagan ko ang aking iba pang kaklase upang i-discuss ang balancing redox reactions using the charge in oxidation number method.
Now, let's move on how to balance redox. Ay, naka-record na ba?
Naka-record na.
Sige. Now, let's move on how to balance redox equations. Naturally, there's two ways of balancing redox equations. First is the oxidation number, and the second is called half reaction method. But we're going to focus on using the oxidation number method. So, dito, ang titakal ko po is balancing redox reaction using the change in oxidation number method. So, step 1 is assign oxidation numbers to all elements in the reaction. So, dito po is, paano po tayo mag-a-assign dito? So, kung wari po, kung may iron po tayo, tas kung may lead sulfide plus oxygen to lead monoxide plus sulfur dioxide. So, kung sa first is si lead sulfide and bonded po siya kay lead monoxide. So, kung ano po yung, kung may si lead monoxide ay may 2 electrons. So, kung bonded siya kay lead sulfide, magkakaroon din po siya ng 2 electrons. So, second one, identify the oxidized and reduced species. Step 3, compute the number of electrons lost in the oxidation and gain the reduction from the reaction. Step 4. Multiply one or both of these numbers by appropriate factors to make the electrons lost equal the electrons gained, and use the factors as balancing coefficient. And lastly, complete the balancing by inspection, adding states of matter. So, let's try this equation. So, the equation is lead sulfide plus oxygen to lead monoxide plus sulfur dioxide. So, first step is assign the oxidation numbers to all elements in the reaction. So, si lead sulfide got plus 2 oxidation number because bonded siya kay sulfur, which they are sharing 2 electrons, as well as negative 2 goes to sulfur. And 0 oxidation number to oxygen because it is not bonded to other elements. Then, plus 2 to lead and minus 2 to oxygen. And plus 4 to sulfur because it is bonded to oxygen, and minus 2 to oxygen. So, second step, identify the oxidized and reduced species. So, dito po natin, itatakal po natin kung sino ang reduced at sino ang ma-oxidize. Kung si oxygen ay 2 and ay 0, then dito po ay magiging negative 2 siya. So, ang tawag po sa kanya, ina-reduce po siya. So, kung si sulfur ay, kung may na-decrease, may mag-i-increase. So, si sulfur is negative 2 and nabawasan po siya ng electrons kaya naging plus 4 siya. Kung nabawasan siya ng electrons, magiging oxidized po siya. So, si sulfur ay oxidized and si oxygen is reduced. So, now, step 3, compute the number of electrons lost in the oxidation and gain in the reduction from the reaction. So, kung si sulfur is negative 2, then naging positive 4. So, 6 electrons were lost. So, kung si oxygen is 0, then naging negative 2 siya. So, there are 2 electrons that were lost. So, So six electrons were lost and two elections were gained. We need to balance this trade of electrons. So we need to balance this po sa So magbe-balance po natin siya sa step 4. So the step 4 is multiply one or both of these numbers by appropriate factors to make the electrons lost equal and the electrons gain. And use the factors as balancing coefficient. So si sulfur lost 6 electrons, oxygen gained 4 electrons. So thus, put the coefficient 6 over 4 simplified by 3 over 2. So, kung si sulfur is nag-loss siya ng 6 electrons and si oxygen ay nag-gain ng 4 electrons. So, we're gonna, we will ga- yung ginamit natin, yung, kung ano po yung ginamit natin na quarity sulfur po is 6 kasi 6 electrons po yung nawala sa kanya. Then, si oxygen ay 4. So, yun po yung gagamitin natin coefficient po sa kanila. So, kung si 6 over 4, then we're gonna simplify that to 3 over 4 kay oxygen 2. So, so now, the last step is, let's check the balancing. So, complete the balancing by inspection, adding stakes of matter. Then let's check the balancing. So, silver lost 6 electrons and oxygen gained 6 electrons. So, this equation is now finally balanced. And we have another example here. So if another example, iron gained 3 electrons while the carbon compound lost 2 electrons equates to 3 over 2. Find the common multiple which is 6 and then multiply to the elements. So then let's check. Iron lost 3 electrons and carbon gained 3 electrons. Now it is now finally balanced. So that's how you do the balancing redox equations, the changes of oxidation number method. Thank you. Next.
Let's move to the next topic, which is the half cell reactions. A half cell reaction is either an oxidation reaction in which electrons are lost, or a reduction reaction where electrons are gained. The reactions occur in an electrochemical cell in which the electrons are lost at the anode through the oxidation and consumed at the cathode where the reduction occurs. Oxidation reduction half cell reaction can also occur on metal surface and lead to corrosion. Half cell reactions occur in an electrochemical cell and results in a deficit or surplus of electrons. Both the donor and acceptor must be present for the transfer of electrons to take place. So the corrosion process occurs as a result of the formation of voltaic or galvanic cells in which the metal acts as the anode. The metal is oxidized by oxygen in the air in a series of oxidation reduction reactions similar to those in a battery. Once oxidized, the metal produces free electrons and metal ions. The free electrons reduce the oxygen in the air to form a hydroxide in a complementary cathodic reaction. Additionally, corrosion is considered an electrochemical reaction resulting from the two half-cell reactions of oxidation and reduction. The corrosion is the corrosion electrochemical reaction for iron can be split into two half-cell reactions of oxidation. Zinc equals zinc ion plus 2 electron. And for the reduction, hydrogen ion plus 2 electron equals hydrogen. The two half-cell reactions often occur at separate locations on the metal, and because the metal is conductive, the electrons flow through the metal from anodic to the cathodic region. The presence of water or a thin film of moisture is all what is required to facilitate the movement of ions. The four fundamental components required for electrochemical corrosion to occur are an anode, a cathode, an electrolyte to provide a conducting environment for ionic movement, an electrical connection. Half-cell reactions that result in corrosion can be stopped by removing or disabling one or more of the above components. Typical methods used include painting, cathodic protection, and using sacrificial anodes.
The next topic is galvanic cell. A galvanic cell or voltaic cell is an electrochemical cell that transforms the chemical energy of spontaneous redox reactions into electrical energy. Electrons are transferred from one species to another in oxidation reduction process. If a reaction happens spontaneously, energy is released. As a result, the liberated energy is put to good use. To deal with this energy, the reaction must be divided into two Hobbes reactions, namely reduction and oxidation. The reactions are put into two distinct containers with wire to move the electron from one end to other. A voltaic cell is formed. This is the principle of galvanic cell or voltaic cell. According to Group 2, the give-free energy of spontaneous redox reaction in the voltaic cell is primarily responsible for the electric work done by a galvanic cell. It normally consists of two half cells and a salt bridge. A metallic electrode bathed in an electrolyte completes each half cell. These are the parts of galvanic cells. Anode, oxidation occurs at the electrode. Cathode, reduction occurs at this electrode. The salt bridge contains electrolytes which are required to complete the circuit in a galvanic cell. Next is the half cell. Reduction and oxidation reactions are separated into compartments. External circuit conducts the flow of electrons between electrodes. Lastly is the load. A part of a circuit utilizes the electron to flow to perform its function. Working of galvanic cell. When an electrode is exposed to the electrolyte at the electrode-electrolyte interface in a galvanic cell, the atom of the metal electrode tend to create ions in the electrolyte solution, leaving the electron at the electrode behind. As a result, the metal electrode becomes negatively charge separation is observed under equilibrium condition, and the electrode can be positively or negatively charged depending on the inclination of two opposing processes. Hence, a potential difference is produced between the electrode and electrolyte. The electrode potential is the difference in potential between the two electrodes. An example of galvanic cell is the Daniels cell which turn the chemical energy into electrical energy. Copper ions are reduced at the cathode in Daniels cell, while zinc is oxidized at the anode, which results to the two spontaneous redox reaction we call the galvanic cell. Reaction of Daniell cell at cathode and anode are: at cathode, copper plus 2 electrons to copper, which is oxidation, and at anode, zinc to zinc ion plus 2 electrons, which is reduction. A half cell contains a metal in two oxidation states inside an isolated half cell. There is an oxidation reduction or redox reaction that is in chemical equilibrium, a condition written symbolically as follows. Here, M represents as metal cation, an atom that has a charge imbalance due to the loss of N electrons. Manganese or oxidized species plus Ne are in equilibrium with M, reduced species. A galvanic cell is made up of two half cells, which one half electrode cell made of metal A and the second half electrode cell made of metal B. The redox reaction for the two half cells are the follows. An positive plus Ne negative are in equilibrium with A. Bm positive plus Me negative in equilibrium with B. The overall balance reaction is Ma plus NBm positive are in equilibrium with Nb plus Man positive. In other words, the metal atoms of one half cell are oxidized while the metal cation of the other half cells are reduced. By separating the metal into two half cells, the reaction can be controlled in a way that forces transfer of electrons through the external circuit where they can do usual work.